Right now, wherever you are, you might be lying in bed. Your eyes are slowly getting heavier. Your body wants to rest, and your mind is still drifting with thoughts of the day. Maybe it was a busy day, maybe a quiet one, but either way you've chosen this moment to pause, to let go, to listen. This is your time. A time not to rush, not to achieve, not to chase, but simply to drift into the calm rhythm of your own breathing. The world outside can wait. The messages, the noise, the endless stream of things to do, they'll still be there tomorrow. For now, this is just for you, so let's take this journey together. A journey through time, not minutes or hours, but millions of years. We're going to explore how the human body, your body, came to be. Every bone, every muscle, every beat of your heart is the result of an ancient story. A story older than mountains, older than rivers, older even than the stars as you see them tonight. When you close your eyes and imagine your body, you might think of it as something fixed. Your hands, your face, your heartbeat, it feels permanent. But the truth is, you are a moving snapshot of evolution, a living sculpture shaped by time itself. The body you carry today was not always this way. It has been many things before, and it will be something different again one day in the far future. So, as you rest, let's wander through that story. Let's see what we once were, what we are now, and what we might become. The body as a time machine, every cell inside you is a time capsule. Hidden in its DNA is a record of survival, adaptation, and change. If you look at your hands right now, you'll see fingers designed for gripping and shaping tools. But long ago, those same fingers were once fins, propelling fish through ancient seas. If you listen to your own breathing, you'll notice the rise and fall of your chest. That rhythm was not invented by humans. It's a pattern carried across millions of years from creatures who first drew breath when they crawled onto land. Even your heart, beating softly as you lie here, carries echoes of the past. Its chambers are like ancient blueprints, reminding us of fish hearts, amphibian hearts, reptilian hearts, each step an upgrade in the endless experiment of life. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, you are also drifting backward through time, through oceans, forests, and deserts long vanished, through ancestors who never knew your name but carried within them the seed of your existence. From the stars to the self, story of your body doesn't begin with humans. It doesn't even begin with Earth as you know it. The carbon in your muscles, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, they were forged in the hearts of stars that exploded billions of years ago. You are, quite literally, made of stardust. Every night sky you look at is a mirror, showing you what you're built from. Think about that for a moment as you rest. Your body is older than your species. It's older than the planet itself in some ways. The atoms inside you have traveled across cosmic distances before settling here. In the quiet rhythm of your pulse. Why this matters tonight, maybe you're asking? Why think about all of this while trying to sleep? Because sometimes the mind needs a story big enough to carry it away. Big enough to remind us that the worries of today, the small stresses, the endless to-do lists are just tiny sparks in a vast timeline. Evolution shows us that we are part of something huge, something astonishing. And that thought can be strangely comforting as your eyelids grow heavier. Let this story work like a lullaby made of science and wonder. Each chapter will guide you gently forward, even as your body drifts into rest. You don't need to hold on to every detail. Just let the words flow around you like soft waves. If you fall asleep, that's perfect. If you stay awake and listen, that's perfect too. Either way, the journey is happening. Where we're heading over the next few hours, we'll travel together. We'll visit the first single-celled organisms that sparked the chain of life. We'll walk with creatures that left the oceans behind. We'll meet the early mammals that survived in the shadows of dinosaurs. We'll see the rise of primates, the shaping of hands, the growth of the brain. And finally, we'll look ahead at what the body of the future might be. It's not just science, it's a human story. A story of how survival carved intelligence, how struggle carved strength, and how time carved us into who we are tonight. So now, take a breath. Feel the weight of your body sinking into rest. You are safe. You are here. You are part of a story, billions of years in the making. And with that, our journey begins. If you close your eyes right now and imagine the beginning of life, you might picture something dramatic. Maybe a spark in the darkness, maybe a lightning bolt striking a quiet pool of water. But in truth, the beginning was quieter than that. It was small, so small that you couldn't see it with your own eyes. Life began with cell-teeny bubbles of chemistry that somehow found a way to live, to grow, to copy themselves. When you think about your own body, it's hard to believe that everything you are, all your thoughts, your memories, the way your lungs rise and fall, even the way you dream comes down to the work of cells. Right now, as you rest, billions of them are busy inside you. Some are repairing your skin, some are carrying oxygen through your blood, some are simply waiting for signals. They are ancient workers, each of them carrying a story that stretches back more than 3 billion years. In the beginning, Earth was a hostile place. There was no green grass, no animals, no trees. The oceans were thick with chemicals, heated by volcanic vents, stirred by storms. Somewhere in that restless soup, chemistry became biology. Molecules began to fold into shapes that could copy themselves. And with that, the first cells appeared. Imagine them floating there, fragile and alone, dividing slowly, making mistakes, and then trying again. From those mistakes came diversity. And from diversity came the first hints of evolution. The very cells that began life were not like the ones inside you now. They were simpler, stripped down only the bare minimum needed to survive. But they set the stage for everything that followed. Over countless generations, some of those cells learned to use sunlight, capturing energy in a way that reshaped the whole planet. Others learned to breathe oxygen, a gas that was once toxic, but eventually became the fuel of complex life. And then came a quiet revolution, one of the most important moments in the history of the body you live in. Some cells merged. Instead of fighting, they cooperated. One cell swallowed another, and instead of digesting it, they became partners. From this unlikely alliance came the mitochondria, the tiny power plants still inside your own cells, producing the energy you need to move, to think, even just to lie here and breathe. Every heartbeat tonight depends on that ancient merger, that silent decision to share instead of destroy, as you let yourself drift. Think about how strange it is that cooperation lies at the heart of your existence. You are not just one being. You are a vast colony of cells, each one humming with the echoes of ancient oceans. The walls of your cells carry whispers from a time when the planet was young and restless. The DNA curled up inside them is a kind of memory, passed down in an unbroken chain from those first fragile sparks of life. Every living thing you know, the trees outside your window, the birds that sing in the morning, the people you've met and loved are part of that same chain. It connects us backward through time, not just to early humans, not just to fish or to single-celled creatures, but all the way to the very first flicker of life itself. And as strange as it sounds, those first cells are still with you. You carry them in the architecture of your body. You carry them in the mitochondria that keep your muscles moving. You carry them in the language of your DNA, in the code that quietly dictates the color of your eyes, the shape of your hands, even the way you process food. Evolution is not a story of things that are gone, it is a story of things that endure, things that live on inside you, quietly, patiently, endlessly. So tonight, as you listen and your body sinks further into rest, remember that your existence is not just about the present moment. It is also about an unbroken thread stretching back through deep time. You are the latest chapter of a story that began when the first cells dared to live, when chemistry turned into life. Without them, there would be no heartbeat, no breath, no dream waiting to come. And with that thought, let your body rest in the comfort of knowing that you are not separate from the earth or the cosmos. You're a continuation of it. Imagine the world hundreds of millions of years ago. The earth was still young in many ways, the continents shaped differently. The air thicker with carbon, the skies sometimes darker, sometimes blazing with the sun, unfiltered by the atmosphere we know today. Life had already filled the oceans. Strange creatures swam there, some armored in plates, others soft and delicate. Plants had begun to creep up the shorelines, turning patches of barren rock into green landscapes. For a long time, the ocean was enough. It was home. But evolution is restless. It always pushes boundaries. And at some point, living things began to test the edges of water, reaching toward the land. That moment would change everything, because without it, your body would not exist in the form you know. Think about what it takes for an animal to leave the sea. Breathing water is simple if you have gills, but the air is different. It is dry, it can burn tissues not meant for it. The body had to invent a new way to survive. Lungs began as simple pockets inside fish, little balloons that could store oxygen when water grew low. Over time, those pockets became more efficient, more complex, until they were true lungs. Even now, when you take a slow, deep breath, you are repeating an ancient experiment that once helped fish endure in shallow, oxygen-poor waters. Your lungs are not new, they are old, redesigned, perfected over countless generations. But lungs alone were not enough. Imagine a fish crawling onto the sand. Fins were built for swimming, not walking. They had to become stronger, their bones reshaped into limbs. The shoulders widened, the wrists formed, digits appeared at the end. Those digits, primitive, clumsy, half-formed, are the ancestors of your own fingers and toes. When you hold a glass of water, when you write your name, when you reach out in the dark, you were using tools that were once nothing more than fins pressing against wet sand. The first steps on land were not graceful, but they were revolutionary. With each stumble, evolution was carving out the blueprint for the skeleton you carry today. The shift from water to land also demanded protection. In the ocean, bodies are supported by water. On land, gravity is unforgiving. Muscles had to grow stronger. Spines had to arch in new ways. Bones had to thicken to bear weight. Even skin had to change. In the sea, the body can be soft, always wet. On land, the skin needed to become tougher, able to resist drying out, able to keep precious water inside. The very skin you feel wrapped around you tonight, the skin that cools you with sweat and shields you from harmos, it's designed to those first creatures learning how to live under the sun. Of course, this journey was not a straight path. For millions of years, some creatures went back and forth, slipping into the sea, then onto the shore, testing both worlds. Amphibians still carry that legacy. Frogs and salamanders are living reminders of a time when the boundary between water and land was blurred, when the experiment was still underway. To this day, their bodies tell a story of compromised lungs and gills, moist skin and fragile eggs, half in the water, half on the land. And yet, little by little, the land became home. Reptiles appeared, sealed in scales, their eggs protected by shells, no longer tied to the water. This was another leap forward, another moment when the body reinvented itself. The shell of an egg might seem simple, but it was a fortress, a vessel that carried life into dry places. Without it, the great expansion of animals across continents would never have happened. Without it, mammals and birds, and eventually humans, would never have been possible. As you lie here, drifting between wakefulness and sleep, You might imagine those first footsteps on land. They were awkward, clumsy, small. But they were also inevitable. Evolution has no finish line, no perfect form. It is only motion, change, adaptation. The body you rest in tonight carries those changes within it. Your lungs whisper of shallow seas. Your skin remembers the heat of a sun that once threatened to dry life away. Your bones echo the shape of fins. You are, in a way, part fish, part amphibian, part reptile. Carrying forward the victories of each, it is strange to think that the ground beneath your feet is not your oldest home. The sea is. Your blood carries salt, a reminder of the ocean where all life began. The rhythm of your heart, pumping in steady waves, feels almost like the tide. Even your tears are salty, as if some part of you remembers. You have not left the ocean entirely. You carry it within you, and yet what a transformation it was to climb onto land. Plants stretched upward, animals followed, and the world began to look something like the one you know now. Trees rose, insects buzzed, predators stalked in new forms. The body adapted again and again. Jaws sharpened, senses expanded, brains grew larger. From those first fish that gasped for air came an astonishing diversity of creatures that crawled, ran, flew. And in time, among them, the first small mammals. So tonight, as you close your eyes and let this story guide you, remember that your body is not just yours. It is a patchwork, a history book written in flesh and bone. You are the heir of creatures that dared to leave the sea. Creatures that learned to breathe differently, to walk differently, to live differently. Their struggles are etched into every breath you take, every step you walk, every beat of your heart. You are not only human. You are the sum of oceans and forests, of scales and skin, of fins and fingers. You are an echo of every body that came before, carried into the present, and still changing as time moves forward. Millions of years passed, and the earth kept reshaping itself. Oceans rose and fell, mountains lifted skyward and then crumbled back into dust. Forests spread and burned and grew again. Through it all, life never stopped changing. After the first animals conquered the land, new forms rose up: reptiles with scales and claws, creatures that thrived under the hot sun. Among them were the dinosaurs, some as small as a bird, some larger than buildings. They ruled for over 150 million years, longer than humans can easily imagine. To us, they feel like ancient giants, but for most of Earth's history, they were the normal rulers of the planet. And yet, while dinosaurs thundered above, in the shadows, something smaller and quieter survived. Little creatures no bigger than mice, covered in fur, warm-blooded, alert in the night. These were the first mammals, fragile and overlooked, living on the margins of a world that seemed to belong to someone else. They scurried through the underbrush, hunted insects, cared for their young in secret nests. They were not powerful, but they had traits that would one day change everything. Warm blood gave them energy in the cold. Fur protected their bodies. And perhaps most important, they raised their young with care, feeding them milk, teaching them survival in ways that reptiles never could. For tens of millions of years, mammals remained small. They had to. The dinosaurs dominated the open spaces, the skies, the oceans. Mammals learned patience. They learned to live where others could, not burrowing, hiding, waiting. This patience, this ability to endure, was one of evolution's quiet strategies, and it would pay off. Then came a turning point. About 66 million years ago, a rock from space struck the Earth. It was larger than a mountain, moving faster than any jet you can imagine. When it hit, the world caught fire. Forests burned, skies darkened with ash, and the dinosaurs, except for a few small survivors that would become today's birds, disappeared. The age of giants ended in silence, but in that silence, mammals rose. Freed from the shadows, they spread into the empty spaces left behind. They grew larger, more diverse, more daring. Some returned to the water and became whales and dolphins. Others took to the air and became bats. On land, they became hunters and grazers, predators and prey, shaping entire ecosystems. Evolution had given them tools the dinosaurs lacked: warm blood, sharper senses, more complex brains. And now, those tools became the foundation of new life. Your own body carries that inheritance. The warmth of your skin is the gift of mammals. The way your heart keeps steady even when the night grows cold is a trait perfected by ancestors who survived without scales to shield them. Your hair, no matter how fine or thick, is a whisper of fur that once kept those small creatures alive. Even the way you bond with others, the way you nurture and protect, echoes the instincts of mammals who survived by caring for their young. Brains also grew in this time. Not just larger in size, but more flexible, able to learn, to adapt, to remember. The first mammals needed that flexibility to outthink predators, to find food in changing environments, to survive in worlds reshaped by fire and ice. Over millions of years, this ability to learn became one of the most powerful tools in evolution's toolbox. It set the stage for the rise of primates, and eventually for you. But before primates, there were countless mammals, stories strange and fascinating, bodies that no longer walked the earth. There were giant ground sloths as tall as houses, saber-toothed cats with teeth like knives, towering woolly mammoths moving across frozen plains. Each was a masterpiece of adaptation, designed perfectly for its time. And each, like the dinosaurs before them, eventually faded when the world changed again. Evolution is never still. It never stops writing, never stops erasing. The story of the body is not one of permanence, but of transformation. Tonight, as you rest, you might think about that contrast. The dinosaurs once seemed eternal. They ruled for longer than humans have existed, and yet they are gone. Mammals once seemed fragile, small, unimportant, and yet they rose to fill the earth. The lesson is quiet but powerful. Change is constant, and survival belongs not to the strongest or the largest, but to the ones who adapt. Your body, your mind, your very existence is a testament to that truth. It is strange to imagine that your heartbeat tonight is part of the same rhythm that carried tiny, shrew-like creatures through the darkness after the dinosaurs vanished. It is strange to imagine that your warm skin, your careful breath, your very need for connection is rooted in choices made by mammals millions of years ago. Yet, it is true. You are a continuation of them. Their victories live inside you. Their struggles shaped you. Without them, there would be no human story, no memory, no dream. And so, as you listen, drifting closer to sleep, remember that the body you rest in is not only yours. It is ancient. It is layered with history. You are the shadow of dinosaurs and the triumph of mammals. The fragile survivor who became the master of the earth. And the story, of course, is still unfolding. The mammals rose from the ashes of giants, but from them, something even more extraordinary would emerge: the primates. The creatures who learned not just to survive, but to wonder. Creatures who looked at the stars and began to ask questions. Creatures who would one day become us. As we move further into our journey through the history of the body, it's worth pausing to remember something simple yet profound. The human body is not a design from scratch. It is a story layered upon itself, a manuscript written and rewritten countless times by the forces of chance, adaptation, and survival. Every beat of your heart, every blink of your eyes, every step you take, carries echoes of choices nature made long before your ancestors even resembled humans. Tonight, as you lie in the stillness of your room, your breathing slow and steady, I want you to imagine the body you know so well as a museum of ancient inventions. Some of them are elegant, others awkward, but all of them survived because they worked well enough to carry life forward. One of the most fascinating examples of this is the way we move. Human locomotion, the simple act of walking, feels effortless when you're awake and moving through your day. But it's actually the culmination of an evolutionary gamble that stretched back millions of years. Early primates were climbers, their bodies tuned for forests and branches. But as climates shifted and landscapes opened into grasslands, those who ventured onto the ground gained new opportunities. Standing upright wasn't just about seeing further or freeing the hands. It was about endurance. We became walkers, then runners, creatures capable of covering astonishing distances in pursuit of food. Imagine your distant ancestors jogging through the savannah, not because they were the fastest sprinters, because they could keep going long after other animals had collapsed from exhaustion. That endurance running is still encoded in you. Even now, your muscles, lungs, and sweat glands hold a quiet memory of those long hunts under the sun. And then, there's the matter of the hands you rest at your sides or fold on your chest as you drift off to sleep. These hands are extraordinary tools, but they weren't always shaped this way. Their precision came at a cost. Earlier primates had powerful grips for climbing, but our lineage sacrificed raw strength for dexterity. Over time, the thumb became more versatile, the fingers more agile. It was this subtle shift that allowed our ancestors to manipulate objects, carve tools, weave fibers, and eventually build civilizations. When you pick up a pen, scroll on your phone, or gently pull a blanket over yourself tonight, you're performing acts that are the direct legacy of countless generations who refined the shape of bone and tendon. Those small adjustments in anatomy paved the way for art, for writing, for the very ability to tell and share stories like this one. Our bodies also whisper secrets about the struggles we faced with the environment. Think of the human brain, that organ you're now lulling into relaxation as you listen. It is disproportionately large compared to our bodies, and it consumes vast amounts of energy. Why would evolution invest so heavily in something so costly? The answer lies in survival through imagination. With a bigger brain came the ability to plan, to anticipate, to cooperate. Fire, tools, language, and culture weren't just clever ideas, they were lifelines in harsh and unpredictable worlds. But this growth came with risks. A larger brain required a larger skull, which in turn complicated childbirth. To balance survival, humans evolved to be born earlier, while still underdeveloped compared to most animals. That's why human babies are so dependent, and why nurturing, cooperation, and community became deeply woven into the fabric of our existence. The very act of caring for the helpless among us became a defining feature of what it means to be human. Even our vulnerabilities tell a story. Consider the spine supporting you as you sink deeper into comfort. Its shape is an evolutionary compromise. Designed first for four-legged creatures, it was repurposed for upright walking. This gave us freedom, but also a tendency toward back pain and wear. Evolution is not perfection. It is adaptation. The crooked wisdom teeth that so many struggle with today are another relic of a past when jaws were larger, diets tougher, and tooth wear common. Our bodies are filled with these reminders, leftovers from previous designs that still echo in our daily lives. At the same time, not all of our features are simply remnants. Some continue to change even now. The ability to digest milk in adulthood, for instance, is a relatively recent adaptation in human history. For most of our existence, lactose tolerance ended after childhood. But in communities that relied on dairy, those who could drink milk gained an advantage. Over just a few thousand years, the genes for lactase persistence spread widely. Your variability to sip a glass of milk at night, if you can, is a window into evolution still at work. The story of our skin tells another chapter. Unlike many mammals, humans lost much of their body hair and instead developed extraordinary sweating abilities. This wasn't about aesthetics. It was survival under the scorching sun. Our nakedness paired with sweat made us better at cooling, and therefore better at long pursuits. Yet the skin also became a canvas for adaptation. Variations in pigment reflect a balancing act between protecting against the sun's ultraviolet rays and producing enough vitamin D. Every shade of human skin is an evolutionary dialogue with the environment, a silent response to light, climate, and survival. And here's something you might not think about as you're lying there. Your dreams themselves are linked to this evolutionary journey. Sleep, especially the vivid states of dreaming, is not just rest-y, is rehearsal. Our ancestors likely used dreams to process dangers, practice responses, and strengthen memory. Tonight, as your mind drifts, it's engaging in rituals that stretch back into prehistory, shaping how humans learn to imagine, to plan, to prepare. The body at rest is still an evolutionary tool, refining itself even in silence. When you reflect on all of this, the human body becomes less like a machine and more like a palimpsest, a manuscript scraped and rewritten through ages. It carries scars, strengths, flaws, and brilliance all at once. It is not the final product of a plan, but the ongoing record of life's resilience. You are not a finished design. You are a work in progress. The very cells that knit your tissues, the synapses firing in your brain right now, are part of a story that has no ending yet. And as you drift towards sleep, let yourself imagine where this story could go. What traits might future humans carry? Will we grow taller, stronger, or perhaps more adapted to digital worlds we've built? Will we find ways to eliminate old vulnerabilities, or will new challenges sculpt us in directions we can't yet see? Just as your ancestors never imagined you, you cannot fully imagine what your descendants will become. But for now, in this moment, it is enough to marvel at what evolution has already written into you. Every part of your body is a testament to survival, to endurance, to the strange and beautiful journey of life. As your eyelids grow heavier, remember that you are not simply lying still, or the living continuation of a story billions of years in the making. As your body sinks deeper into rest and your mind begins to loosen its grip on the day, let's turn our attention to something we often overlook: the invisible threads that connect us to every other living thing on this planet. It is easy to imagine ourselves as separate, unique, somehow standing apart from the rest of nature. But the truth is more intimate, more humbling, and far more beautiful. The human body is not an isolated invention. It is a collection of borrowed parts, refined through endless generations, many of which are shared with creatures you may never think to compare yourself to. When you trace those threads back, the human body becomes less a monument and more a conversation and ongoing dialogue with life itself. Consider, for a moment, the simplest of rhythms: your heartbeat. It may feel like the essence of being human, but the muscle that pumps blood through your veins carries a design that is ancient, one that echoes through countless forms of life. Even the tiniest worms and insects pulse with circulatory patterns that, in their own way, prefigure the human heart. Millions of years before the first primate took a step on two legs, those patterns were already solving the problem of moving nutrients and oxygen. Evolution didn't start over when shaping you. It reused, reshaped, and rewrote. The beat you feel in your chest right now, steady and comforting, is part of an unbroken chain that links you to creatures that crawled in the mud long before humans ever peered. Your eyes tell a similar story. When you close them tonight, you may see patterns of light dancing behind your eyelids, or dreamscapes forming as your consciousness drifts away. But those eyes, so finely tuned to color and detail, are mosaics of old inventions. The light-sensitive cells at the back of your retina are remarkably similar to those in fish, reptiles, and birds. In fact, certain structures in your eyes are almost identical to those in ancient marine animals. long before humans gazed at stars or painted images on cave walls. Eyes were already evolving in the oceans, responding to the shimmer of light in the water. Every time you look at the world, you're using tools shaped by billions of years of visual history. The very act of sight is an inheritance, passed down through endless generations of creatures who depended on light to survive. And then there's your skeleton, the silent frame holding you upright even as you rest. The bones that make up your arms and legs, your ribs, and your spine all share an ancestral blueprint with creatures you might not expect. The structure of your limbs can be traced back to the fins of fish. Long ago, some of those fish ventured onto land, their fins slowly transforming into sturdy supports for movement on solid ground. The bones that once flicked through water became the architecture for walking, grasping, and eventually building. Tonight, as you lie still, your skeleton is a quiet reminder that you are walking around in the legacy of an ancient fish's experiment. The shape of your body carries whispers of oceans long forgotten. Even the smallest parts of you, the ones you never notice, carry this story of shared ancestry. The hairs on your skin, seemingly insignificant, are the descendants of structures that helped early mammals survive in darkness and cold. While humans lost much of their dense fur, those tiny hairs still stand on end when you're cold or afraid. Goosebumps are a reflex left over from a time when raising fur made animals look larger to predators or help trap warmth. What feels like a useless quirk today was once a matter of life or death. This layering of past and present extends inward to the cells that make up your body. Inside each of your cells are tiny powerhouses called mitochondria. And they are not just parts of you, they are ancient partners. Long ago, single-celled organisms merged with these energy-producing microbes in a partnership so successful that it became permanent. Every breath you take fuels that ancient alliance. When you inhale deeply and slowly, your lungs are gathering oxygen not just for you, but for the mitochondria that keep your cells alive. You are, in a sense, a community, a living collaboration between one separate beings. The line between you and not you is blurrier than it seems. And think about your DNA, that winding code that sits inside your cells like a script for life. It doesn't just belong to humans. Much of it is shared with creatures across the planet. You share nearly all of your genetic material with chimpanzees, but even more astonishingly, you share large portions of your genes with mice, with flies, even with plants. A common thread runs through all of us, stitched together by time. When you eat fruit, you are not so different from the tree that grew it. When you watch a bird in flight, you are witnessing a cousin in the grand tree of life. Your body carries that reminder, written not in words, but in the sequence of your very being. The way we breathe also tells a story of adaptation. Our lungs are efficient, but imperfect. We inherited them from ancestors who once lived in environments where oxygen was scarce. Birds, for example, developed even more efficient breathing systems, better suited for the demands of flight. But we retained a design that worked well enough for survival. The way your chest rises and falls tonight is the echo of solutions shaped in ancient worlds, carried forward not because they were flawless, but because they allowed life to endure. Even the blood flowing through you is a map of history. The iron that gives it its red color comes from the stars themselves, formed in explosions that predate Earth. Every cell in your body contains atoms, forged in ancient furnaces scattered across the galaxy. So while your body feels grounded, rooted to the earth, it is in truth made of cosmic dust. You are not only a child of evolution, you are a child of the stars. When you look up at the night sky, what you're really seeing is family. All of this reveals a simple but powerful truth. The human body is not separate from nature. It is nature. The cells in your veins, the bones in your frame, the reflexes you cannot control, all come from the same process that shaped every creature that has ever lived. You are a collection of stories written in flesh, bone, and memory. And when you rest tonight, when your body surrenders to sleep, you are part of a cycle that connects you to all living beings, past, present, and future. So as you drift deeper, let yourself feel the wonder of this interconnectedness. You are not just lying in your bed. You are suspended in a web that stretches back billions of years across oceans and forests, across species and stars. The same rhythms that carry you into sleep carried countless others through their lives, each step building toward this moment. You are both ancient and new, fragile and enduring, a single note in the music of evolution. And tomorrow, when you wake, you'll carry that music forward, adding your own small chapter to a story that will continue long after you're gone. As you drift further into rest, let us consider one of the most extraordinary chapters in the story of the human body, the evolution of the brain and the senses. Your brain, right now, is pulsing gently in your skull, a complex network of billions of neurons firing in patterns both familiar and mysterious. It is what allows you to dream, to imagine, to remember, and to feel. But this organ, magnificent as it is not new. It is the product of millions of years of trial and error, of countless adaptations that allowed ancestors to survive in forests, on savannas, and along coasts. Each fold, each circuit, carries a legacy of survival, a memory of challenges overcome. Consider sight, one of your most immediate connections to the world. The eyes you close tonight evolved in stages, starting with simple light-sensitive cells that allowed single-celled creatures to detect whether it was day or night. Over time, these cells formed complex structures capable of perceiving depth, color, and motion. By the time your mammalian ancestors wandered through forests, eyes had become finely tuned instruments, capable of detecting subtle movements, discerning ripe fruit, and noticing predators hiding among branches. Every time you watch the world around you, your brain and eyes are performing feats refined over eons, combining chemistry, geometry, and physics in ways that remain almost miraculous. Hearing, too, is a story of ingenuity. Your ears capture vibrations in the air, translating them into patterns your brain can interpret. This ability originated in aquatic creatures detecting changes in water pressure long before air was a medium for sound. Bones that once amplified tiny ripples in water evolved into the intricate structures in your inner ear, sensitive enough to distinguish a whisper from a shout. Tonight, as sounds drift softly through your environment, whether the distant hum of a fan or the rustle of leaves, your ears are performing evolutionary feats crafted across hundreds of millions of years. The sense of touch, often underestimated, is another remarkable inheritance. Every nerve ending in your skin tells a story. Some respond to gentle pressure, others to pain, others to temperature. Touch allowed early mammals to navigate dark burrows, to detect food, and to communicate through grooming and contact. Your fingertips, so agile and sensitive, are a direct continuation of these adaptations, instruments finely tuned for exploring, grasping, and interacting. Even now, when you adjust your pillow or trace a finger along a smooth surface, you are engaging in behaviors written into your nervous system over countless generations. The human brain itself is a palimpsest of evolutionary layers. Deep within it lies the brainstem, an ancient structure responsible for regulating breathing, heart rate, and reflexes. It is remarkably similar to the brains of reptiles, a reminder that much of your survival depends on mechanisms that evolved long before humans existed. Above that sits the limbic system, home to emotion, memory, and instinct, carrying echoes of ancient mammals who needed to react quickly to threats, to nurture their young, to form bonds critical for survival. And finally, layered on top, is the cerebral cortex, the seat of conscious thought, imagination, and creativity, a more recent innovation that allowed primates to plan, solve problems, and understand abstract concepts. Every idea you entertain tonight, every fleeting thought, is made possible by this intricate layering of evolution. Sleep itself is deeply connected to these evolutionary developments. In earlier mammals, sleep was a vulnerable state, but it was essential for memory, for processing information, and for conserving energy. Dreaming is part of this, a rehearsal of survival skills, a mental simulation of challenges and solutions. Tonight, as your consciousness drifts and fragments of images, sounds, and sensations float through your mind, you are engaging in the same ancient processes that allowed mammals to learn, adapt, and endure. Evolution gave you this mechanism not because it is luxurious, but because it is essential. The human brain's ability to create and use language is another wonder rooted in evolutionary history. The vocal cords, diaphragm, lips, and tongue evolved over millions of years. First for simple communication, and later for the complex languages you know today. Your ancestors used sounds to warn of predators, to share discoveries, to strengthen social bonds. Over generations, these abilities became more refined, supporting abstract thought, planning, and cooperation. When you hear words now, even in this soft narration, you are participating in an ancient lineage of communication that shapes survival and connection. Memory, too, is a carefully crafted evolutionary tool. Your hippocampus, the region of your brain dedicated to storing and retrieving experiences, allows you to navigate the world, recognize patterns, and learn from the past. It is why you can remember the shape of a tree, the taste of food, or the sound of a friend's voice. Every memory, every sensation is layered atop millions of years of selective pressure, sculpted to help you survive and thrive. Even in sleep, memory is being reinforced, the brain replaying events, strengthening connections, ensuring that knowledge persists. Consider also the astonishing flexibility of the human brain. Unlike most organs, it continues to adapt throughout life. Neural pathways strengthen or weaken based on experience. This plasticity is a survival strategy. Ancestors who could adapt to changing environments, who could learn to find new food, avoid new predators, or navigate new terrain were more likely to survive. Your brain, even as you rest tonight, is still capable of adaptation, still a work in progress, still carrying the blueprint of survival. The senses, the brain, and the nervous system together are more than biological machinery. They are storytellers, mapping the history of the body in real time. Your perception of this room, your sense of your pillow, your awareness of subtle shifts in temperature, all of these are expressions of evolutionary history. You are literally experiencing the work of millions of years of adaptation, integrated seamlessly into every sense and every thought. And as you sink further into the gentle pull of sleep, think about the possibilities embedded within this ancient machinery. Your brain is capable of imagination beyond immediate necessity, of empathy that reaches across generations and species, of creativity that builds civilizations. Evolution equipped you with a body designed to endure, a brain designed to learn, and senses designed to interpret and respond. The gifts are ancient, the results astonishing, and they continue to shape your experience tonight. So, as you lie in your bed, the room quiet, your breathing slow, let yourself feel the continuity of life coursing through your body. Every beat of your heart, every spark of thought, every subtle shift of attention is a celebration of millions of years of adaptation. You are the latest chapter in a story that began long before humans, long before mammals, long before creatures walked on land. And just as the brain carries layers of history, so too does it carry potential for what comes next. A promise that evolution is ongoing and your story is still being written. As you continue to settle into rest, it is worth turning attention to a part of ourselves that is often overlooked but is central to understanding. How evolution built the body, the immune system. Unlike the muscles you move or the senses you experience, the immune system is largely hidden, working silently behind the scenes. Yet it is one of the most sophisticated and ancient parts of your biology, a network shaped over hundreds of millions of years, responding to threats long before humans existed. Every cell that circulates through your veins, every white blood cell that patrols your tissues, carries the memory of countless battles against viruses, bacteria, and parasites that threaten survival. Imagine your earliest ancestors, small mammals in a world dominated by predators and environmental hazards. They were vulnerable not only to the threat of other animals, but to microscopic invaders that could end life in hours or days. Those who had even slightly more effective defenses lived longer, reproduced more successfully, and passed on those advantages. Over generations, evolution fine-tuned a system capable of detecting invaders, responding to them, and remembering them for future encounters. Your immune system today is the descendant of those ancient innovations. Every time you recover from a cold, every time your body resists infection, you are witnessing the success of millions of years of trial and error. But the immune system is not only about defense. It is also about balance. Too strong a response can be as dangerous as too weak a one. Allergies, autoimmune disorders, and inflammation are echoes of a system that was optimized for a different environment, where survival required aggressive responses to unfamiliar threats. Your body carries these legacies because evolution does not aim for perfection, aims for survival. And survival often means compromise. Even tonight, as your body rests, this intricate system continues its work, learning, adjusting, and maintaining equilibrium to keep you alive. Another silent companion of your immune system is the microbiome, the collection of microbes that inhabit your skin, gut, and every exposed surface. Though invisible, these tiny organisms are vital to your survival, helping digest food, produce essential nutrients, and train your immune system. In many ways, they are ancient partners, some of whom have traveled alongside your lineage for millions of years. They are not invaders, they are collaborators, co-evolving with humans in a complex dance that shapes your health, your digestion, even your mood. Tonight, as your body digests the last meals of the day, countless microorganisms are at work. A bustling microscopic society whose history is as old as the mammals themselves. The nervous system also works closely with these systems, integrating information from your body and environment. Nerves carry signals from the skin, the muscles, and the organs to the brain, guiding responses without your conscious awareness. Reflexes, balance, temperature regulation, these are all managed through layers of ancient mechanisms. Many of these systems are inherited from early vertebrates, adaptations that allowed life to transition from water to land. Your balance, the ability to sit, lie down, and eventually rise with ease, is built upon structures that fish first developed to navigate currents. Repurposed over millions of years to serve upright walkers like us. Then there is the skeletal system, which plays a role not only in support and movement, but also in immunity. Bones store minerals and house bone marrow, the birthplace of red and white blood cells. Your very ability to fight infection, transport oxygen, and repair tissue depends on this integration of systems, showing how evolution did not create isolated parts, but interdependent networks. Your body is a living ecosystem, a collaboration of structures, fluids, cells, and signals all working in harmony. Even as you sleep, even the way your body regulates temperature is a marvel of evolutionary engineering. Humans are unusual among mammals in our ability to sweat extensively and cool ourselves efficiently. This adaptation allowed early humans to hunt, forage, and travel long distances under hot sun without overheating. Your current resting temperature, just below 37 degrees Celsius, is maintained by a combination of ancient mechanisms and fine-tuned feedback loops, reflecting countless adaptations to changing climates over millions of years. Tonight, even as your body rests, Tiny adjustments are being made to maintain this delicate balance. Consider also the sensory system as it relates to survival. Smell and taste evolved primarily to protect and nourish. Your nose can detect pheromones, chemicals, and hazards in ways that are subtle but crucial. Taste allows you to distinguish between toxins and nutrients. These senses were once essential for early mammals scavenging for food, avoiding spoiled meat or poisonous plants. Your ability to appreciate flavors and scents today is not a luxury. It is an inherited survival tool, refined through generations. As you drift closer to sleep, remember that even the faintest odors in your environment are interpreted by systems honed for survival. The circulatory system, too, is more than a network of tubes. Your heart and vessels respond dynamically to oxygen demand, stress, and rest. When you lie quietly tonight, blood flows to your brain and muscles in a pattern that balances energy use, repair, and vigilance. This system is ancient, shaped first in fish and amphibians, perfected in mammals, and still adapting in subtle ways with each heartbeat. Every pulse is a testament to evolution's patient design, an orchestra of fluid pressure and timing that has allowed vertebrate life to thrive for hundreds of millions of years. Finally, it's worth reflecting on the skin, your largest organ. It is your barrier to the world, yet it is more than just protection. It senses temperature, touch, pressure, and pain. It hosts microbes, produces vitamin D with sunlight, and helps regulate fluid and temperature balance. Its design is an ongoing experiment in survival, a living record of environmental pressures. From the dense forests of early mammals to the open savannas of our ancestors. Every sensation you feel as you adjust your blanket, stretch slightly, or turn in bed is a reminder of these ancient interactions. In all these ways, your body tonight is more than a collection of parts. It is a living testament to survival, adaptation, and resilience. The immune system, the brain, the skeleton, the circulatory network, the skin, and the senses are intertwined. A network refined over millions of years to respond to the world with precision and flexibility. As you rest, these systems continue their work, quietly maintaining the delicate equilibrium that allows life to persist. So as your breathing slows and your thoughts drift, remember that your body is alive in more ways than you can see. Every cell, every signal, every pulse is part of an ancient story. The immune defenses, the microbes, the sensory networks. The bones and organs all are chapters in a narrative that stretches back to creatures far smaller, far simpler, and yet just as remarkable as you are tonight. The body you inhabit is the culmination of countless adaptations, each one a subtle solution to survival. And even now, as you move closer to sleep, evolution is still at work, shaping, repairing, and maintaining this intricate, astonishing machine you call yourself. As you continue to sink deeper into rest, let us reflect on another remarkable aspect of the human body, its capacity for movement and adaptation. Movement is so fundamental to life that we often take it for granted. Yet the human form is a complex orchestra of bones, muscles, tendons, and nerves, each working in harmony to allow everything from the tiniest finger movement to long-distance endurance running. Every motion you have ever made, whether deliberate or unconscious, is the product of millions of years of refinement. Tonight, as your body lies still, these systems are not idle. They are maintaining, repairing, and preparing, a silent ballet that continues even as you drift toward sleep. Take your muscles, for example. They are not merely bundles of tissue. They are living engines, capable of producing extraordinary force and subtle finesse. Each fiber has a specific type, fast twitch for explosive bursts, slow twitch for endurance, and even a variety tuned for different metabolic functions. These fibers are the result of evolutionary experimentation, honed to balance speed, stamina, and efficiency. When your ancestors roamed the savannas or forested landscapes, those who could run for hours without tiring, who could leap across branches or climb swiftly to escape predators, had a survival advantage. Your own muscles carry these ancient abilities in microcosm, even if now they are mostly used for walking, typing, or stretching. Joints, too, tell a story of compromise and ingenuity. The human shoulder, for instance, is incredibly flexible, allowing a remarkable range of motion for throwing, reaching, and manipulating objects. Yet this flexibility comes at a cost. Shoulders are prone to dislocation, strain, and injury. Evolution does not design for perfection. It designs for what works well enough to survive. Every joint in your body, from the delicate bones in your hands to the sturdy knees supporting your frame, represents a series of compromises shaped by environment, diet, predators, and lifestyle over millennia. Even tonight, as you shift slightly in your bed or flex a finger unconsciously, these joints are performing a silent miracle of structure and coordination. Balance is another feature you may not think about, but it is essential for survival. The vestibular system in your inner ear, combined with vision and proprioception, the sense of your body's position in space, allows you to navigate complex environments. Long ago, early primates needed acute balance to swing between branches or avoid falling from cliffs. Later, as humans evolved upright walking, balance became crucial for stability over long distances. Tonight, lying in your bed, you are still reliant on these systems. Even when asleep, tiny adjustments occur in your muscles and joints, keeping you aligned and comfortable. It is a constant, unconscious dance with gravity, an evolutionary gift that allows you to move through life without thinking about falling. Now think about the spine, the central pillar of your body. Its shape is a series of curves that distribute weight, absorb shock, and allow for upright posture. Yet this design comes with imperfections. Back pain is a common human experience, a reminder that our spine is a repurposed structure, adapted from ancestors who were quadrupeds. Evolution works incrementally, reshaping existing parts for new functions rather than designing from scratch. Every vertebra in your back is a testament to this slow, iterative process. Tonight, as your body rests, your spine is being gently aligned and supported, preparing you to rise and move again tomorrow. Even the small, often overlooked muscles in your face and hands are crucial in telling the story of human evolution. Facial muscles allow expression, communication, and social bonding, which were vital for survival in complex groups. The dexterity of your fingers, developed over millennia, enabled tool use, art, and intricate gestures. When you pick up objects, write, or even type, you are activating ancient pathways that once determined whether an ancestor could hunt, gather, or build a shelter. These movements are deeply ingrained, coordinated by a nervous system that has been refined over millions of years. Endurance running is another remarkable adaptation of our species. Unlike many predators, early humans were not built for explosive speed, but for persistence. They could track prey over long distances, often in the heat of the day, relying on their ability to sweat efficiently, breathe consistently, and maintain energy levels. Your cardiovascular system carries echoes of this endurance. The way your heart pumps steadily, your lungs expand rhythmically, and your muscles utilize oxygen reflex adaptations that allowed your ancestors to thrive on open landscapes. Tonight, even in rest, these systems continue to circulate blood, transport oxygen, and repair microscopic wear, a testament to their resilience and efficiency. Breathing itself is an elegant evolutionary solution. It is both involuntary and under partial conscious control, allowing for automatic function while giving you the ability to modulate it intentionally. Ancient vertebrates developed respiratory mechanisms suitable for survival in a variety of environments, and humans refined these into systems capable of endurance, vocalization, and fine motor control. Your body tonight continues to inhale and exhale, a slow, deliberate rhythm that sustains life and signals rest. Each breath is a reminder of the ancient pressures that shaped the anatomy and physiology of our species. Even the skin plays a role in movement and adaptation. It is flexible, resilient, and sensitive, providing feedback as you shift your body, touch surfaces, or sense changes in temperature. Sweat glands and hair follicles, remnants of earlier forms, contribute to thermoregulation and protection. Every time you stretch or adjust in your sleep, your skin sends signals to your brain, guiding motions subtly and maintaining homeostasis. It is an ongoing conversation between your environment and your internal systems, a continuous dialogue shaped by evolution. Finally, consider the integration of all these systems: muscles, bones, nerves, skin. Cardiovascular and respiratory systems do not act independently. They form a network, constantly communicating, coordinating, and adapting. Tonight, as you lie in quiet, small adjustments occur in every part of your body. Cells repair themselves, tissues rebuild, signals coordinate, and blood flows to where it is most needed. Your body is alive with the echoes of survival strategies honed over millions of years, even when you are seemingly still. And as sleep deepens, let yourself appreciate the extraordinary orchestration happening beneath the surface. Every heartbeat, every shift, every breath is a living testament to adaptation, resilience, and ingenuity. Movement, in all its forms, tells the story of the human body, a story not of perfection, but of survival, compromise, and the remarkable ability to endure. As you sink even deeper into rest, let us explore another extraordinary facet of your body: the sense of time and rhythm and how evolution shaped it. Your internal clocks, both subtle and profound, govern the ebb and flow of your life, guiding sleep, wakefulness, metabolism, and hormone production. These rhythms are not arbitrary. They are the result of millions of years of adaptation to the cycles of the earth, the sun, and the changing seasons. Tonight, as your mind drifts and your body relaxes, these clocks continue to tick, aligning your physiology with the planet's natural cycles. The most familiar of these rhythms is the circadian cycle. Deep within your brain lies the suprachiasmatic nucleus, a tiny structure that keeps time with astonishing precision. It responds to light and darkness, signaling your body when to produce sleep-inducing hormones like melatonin and when to release energy through cortisol. This system allowed early humans to synchronize activity with day and night, hunting and gathering when light was available, resting when it was safe to conserve energy. Tonight, as darkness blankets your room and your eyelids grow heavy, your body is responding to signals shaped by millions of years of environmental pressure. Sleep is not merely rest. It is an orchestrated process guided by evolution itself. Even smaller rhythms within your body tell remarkable stories. Your heartbeat, which you may feel as a steady pulse, is itself an adaptation, fine-tuned over millions of years. It accelerates during moments of stress or exertion, slows during relaxation, and adjusts with astonishing subtlety to maintain balance. Early mammals, navigating predators and rapidly changing environments, depended on this flexibility. Your cardiovascular system today continues to respond, silently modulating your heart rate as you drift toward deeper stages of sleep. Every beat is a testament to evolution's patience and ingenuity. Breathing, too, follows its own rhythm, intertwined with both involuntary and conscious control. Your diaphragm, chest, and lungs work in concert, inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide, providing fuel for every cell in your body. This process is ancient, inherited from early vertebrates that adapted to life on land. Tonight, your body maintains this balance effortlessly, even as your mind begins to wander in the half-conscious space between wakefulness and sleep. Each inhalation, each exhalation, is an echo of survival strategies that stretch back hundreds of millions of years. Your muscles and joints have rhythms too, Tiny oscillations in muscle tone maintain posture and prevent stiffness, even when you are lying still. Reflexes and micro-adjustments occur unconsciously, guided by the nervous system, which itself is a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering. These rhythms are subtle, often unnoticed, but essential for preserving your body and preparing it for movement upon waking. Every twitch, every stretch, is a continuation of adaptive strategies that have kept creatures alive in countless environments. The brain itself is rhythmic. Neural oscillations, or brainwaves, shift through different frequencies as you move from light sleep to deep sleep and eventually to the dream-filled state of REM. These patterns are ancient, shared across mammals, and they play a critical role in memory consolidation, learning, and emotional regulation. Dreaming, a unique human experience, is an extension of these rhythms, allowing the mind to process experiences, simulate challenges, and maintain cognitive flexibility. Even tonight, your mind may wander through images, sounds, or emotions that seem disconnected. Yet they are part of a sophisticated process shaped by evolutionary pressures. Hormonal rhythms, too, are integral to this nocturnal symphony. Growth hormone is secreted primarily during deep sleep, aiding in tissue repair, cell regeneration, and metabolic balance. Cortisol levels, which help regulate stress and energy, decrease as night falls, only to rise again toward morning to prepare you for activity. These hormonal cycles are synchronized with external cues, like light and temperature, and internal cues, like metabolism and energy stores. Your endocrine system, shaped over millennia, ensures that these processes continue even when you are unaware, orchestrating a delicate balance that sustains life. Even your senses participate in these rhythms. Touch, smell, and even hearing are modulated by internal states. Sensory thresholds shift slightly during sleep, allowing you to rest while still remaining responsive to urgent stimuli. Your ancestors relied on this balance. Sleeping too deeply could be fatal in the presence of predators, while sleeping too lightly would prevent restorative rest. Tonight, your body calibrates these senses automatically, maintaining the equilibrium that has allowed humans to survive in complex and sometimes dangerous environments. Consider also the digestive system, which operates in its own rhythm. The gut processes food, absorbs nutrients, and communicates with the brain through the enteric nervous system, sometimes called the second brain. This network has evolved in tandem with dietary changes and environmental pressures over millions of years. Tonight, as your body rests, digestive processes slow and repair cycles begin, conserving energy while maintaining homeostasis. Every cell involved in this system is participating in a rhythmic dance that began long before humans walked the earth. Even your immune system has its rhythm. White blood cells patrol your body according to circadian patterns, responding to threats more efficiently at certain times of day. This rhythmicity is not accidental. It is the result of evolution's careful tuning, ensuring that defense mechanisms are available when needed most. Tonight, while your conscious mind drifts, your immune system is actively at work, learning, adapting, and maintaining a state of readiness that reflects millions of years of survival challenges. All these systems, cardiovascular, respiratory, muscular, nervous, endocrine, digestive, and immune, are interlinked through rhythms. Evolution has not created independent parts, but an integrated network of oscillations, each influencing and modulating the other. Your body tonight is alive with cycles and patterns, a finely tuned symphony of ancient strategies, all designed to preserve life, maintain function, and prepare you for the day ahead. So, as you sink deeper into sleep, allow yourself to feel this orchestration. Your body is a masterpiece of evolutionary design, moving in concert with the rhythms of the earth and the pulses of life that came before you. Every breath, every beat, every shift of your body is part of a continuum that stretches back millions of years. The rhythms within you are more than biological. They are a bridge between past and future, between your ancestors and your descendants, between life that existed long before and the life you will live tomorrow. Rest now, and let these rhythms guide you into a night of deep, restorative sleep. Let your body, perfected and shaped over countless generations, do what it has always done: maintain balance, repair, and prepare. In this way, you are connected to the grand story of life itself, an ever-evolving narrative that continues as you dream, breathe, and rest tonight. As you continue to sink deeper into the gentle embrace of sleep, let us reflect on one of the most fascinating aspects of the human body: the evolution of the mind and consciousness. While your muscles, heart, and lungs carry the weight of survival, it is your mind that interprets, imagines, and dreams a feature that distinguishes humans in remarkable ways. Consciousness, this awareness of self and environment, is not a sudden invention, but the result of millions of years of gradual development. Each layer of your mind carries traces of ancient survival strategies, social complexity, and problem-solving abilities that have allowed humans to thrive in diverse and challenging environments. The human brain is a palimpsest, with older, more primal regions underlying newer structures. The brainstem, for example, controls the most basic functions: breathing, heartbeat, and reflexes. These mechanisms were present in early vertebrates and have persisted because they are essential to life. On top of this sits the limbic system, responsible for emotions, memory, and instinctive responses. Millions of years ago, these functions helped early mammals detect threats, form social bonds, and care for their young. They remain central to your experience today, influencing how you feel, remember, and respond even as you drift closer to sleep. Above these older layers sits the cerebral cortex, home to complex thought, planning, and imagination. This is the seat of what we call human consciousness. It allows you to consider abstract concepts, anticipate the future, and reflect on the past. Early primates developed parts of this cortex to navigate intricate social hierarchies and complex environments. The ability to predict outcomes, plan hunts, or communicate with others provided enormous survival advantages. Tonight, as your mind begins to wander through semi-conscious states, this cortex engages in subtle activity, weaving together fragments of memory, sensation, and imagination. Dreaming, a unique human experience, is deeply tied to these evolutionary processes. Dreams are more than random images. They are a rehearsal space, a simulation engine for your mind. Scientists believe that dreaming helps consolidate memories, process emotions, and prepare for future challenges. Early humans likely dreamed about threats, navigation, social interactions, and problem-solving, gaining an edge in survival. Tonight, as your brain enters REM sleep, dream sequences replay snippets of the day. Weave in long-term memories and allow your subconscious to explore possibilities without physical consequence. Each dream is a window into the sophisticated machinery of evolution, a way your mind tests, learns, and adapts. The mind's capacity for imagination is another evolutionary marvel. Humans are capable of envisioning scenarios never directly experienced, predicting the outcomes of events, and creatively solving problems. This ability likely emerged because it provided practical benefits, imagining potential dangers, anticipating resource availability, and navigating complex social interactions. Your imagination, active even in sleep, is an extension of these ancient capacities. As your thoughts drift tonight, your brain may construct scenes, stories, or ideas that serve no immediate survival purpose, yet they are rooted in mechanisms honed over millennia. Memory, too, is a core evolutionary adaptation. The hippocampus, a small but vital region of the brain, stores and retrieves experiences, enabling learning and informed decision-making. Early humans needed accurate memory to find food, remember safe paths, recognize allies, and avoid predators. Over generations, those with better memory survived more effectively, passing these traits on. Tonight, even as you rest, your hippocampus is replaying and reinforcing neural connections, cementing what you have learned and discarding what is unnecessary. Sleep is not idle, it is an active phase of mental refinement, a nightly maintenance of the most complex organ in the body. Language, another uniquely human capability, is also an evolutionary adaptation with profound implications for consciousness. Early humans developed the ability to communicate not just immediate needs, but abstract concepts, emotions, and plans. The vocal apparatus, along with neural structures like Broca's and Wernicke's areas, evolved to support nuanced speech and comprehension. This capacity allowed humans to form complex social structures, transmit knowledge across generations, and coordinate actions. As you hear this narration tonight, you are experiencing a living example of these adaptations, shaped over thousands of generations to enable shared understanding. Social intelligence is another dimension of human evolution. Humans are inherently social creatures, and our brains have evolved to navigate relationships, hierarchies, and cooperative behaviors. Mirror neurons, empathy circuits, and theory of mind capabilities allow us to understand others' intentions, feelings, and perspectives. Early humans relied heavily on social cohesion to survive, hunt cooperatively, and protect each other from threats. Tonight, your subconscious continues to process social information, even during sleep, rehearsing interactions, interpreting emotions, and maintaining bonds that are crucial for human existence. The human mind is also capable of self-reflection or recursive awareness that allows you to think about your thoughts. This metacognition enables planning, moral reasoning, and understanding abstract concepts like time, death, and purpose. Ancient humans who could anticipate the consequences of actions, learn from mistakes, and cooperate with others were more likely to thrive. Tonight, as your consciousness begins to soften into sleep, your mind continues to practice these capacities subtly, linking experiences, emotions, and predictions into coherent patterns. Even your emotional landscape, shaped over millions of years, plays a role in cognition and adaptation. Fear, joy, curiosity, and attachment are not arbitrary. They evolved as mechanisms to guide behavior, optimize survival, and maintain social bonds. Fear alerts you to danger. Curiosity motivates exploration and learning. And attachment fosters cooperation and care for offspring. Tonight, these emotional circuits may continue to activate in dream sequences, reinforcing adaptive behaviors and strengthening the neural networks that underpin your understanding of the world. Finally, the human brain is remarkable in its plasticity, the ability to change and adapt over a lifetime. Neural pathways strengthen or weaken based on experience, learning, and environment. Evolution did not create a rigid system. It created one capable of ongoing adaptation. This plasticity allows humans to thrive in diverse environments, develop new skills, and respond to challenges in ways that no other species can. Tonight, even as you rest, your brain continues this work, fine-tuning circuits, integrating experiences, and preparing for the unfolding of tomorrow. So, as your body lies still, your mind remains an extraordinary testament to evolution. Consciousness, memory, imagination, language, social intelligence, and emotional awareness are not just features of modern humans, they are the culmination of millions of years of incremental adaptation. Your thoughts, your dreams, and even your awareness of this narration are part of a legacy that stretches back to early mammals, primates, and the earliest vertebrates. Tonight, as sleep deepens, allow yourself to rest within this extraordinary system, a living monument to survival, adaptation, and the boundless potential of the human mind. As you drift deeper into rest, let us turn our attention to one of the most extraordinary aspects of human evolution: the senses and how they connect you to the world. Your body is a finely tuned instrument capable of perceiving light, sound, touch, taste, and smell, each sense shaped by millions of years of adaptation. These systems are not mere conveniences, they are survival tools, guiding your actions, protecting you from danger, and allowing you to explore and understand the environment around you. Tonight, as your mind softens and your body lies still, your senses continue their silent work, gathering information, maintaining awareness, and communicating with the brain. Take vision, for example. Your eyes are remarkable organs, capable of detecting subtle changes in light, color, and motion. Early humans relied heavily on sight to detect predators, track prey, and navigate diverse landscapes. Depth perception, peripheral awareness, and the ability to distinguish between minute variations in color provided critical survival advantages. Even today, your eyes continue to process visual information unconsciously, adjusting to darkness, monitoring light levels, and preparing your body for the rhythms of sleep and wakefulness. The delicate structures of the retina, optic nerve, and visual cortex are products of evolutionary refinement, allowing humans to experience the world with astonishing clarity. Hearing is another sense deeply rooted in survival. The human ear can detect a remarkable range of frequencies, from the faintest whisper to distant echoes. Early humans depended on auditory cues to detect predators, locate prey, and communicate across distances. The evolution of binaural hearing, the ability to perceive sound from two ears, allowed precise localization, a vital skill for avoiding danger or finding others in complex terrain. Even tonight, as you rest, your ears remain alert to subtle changes in the environment, filtering important signals from background noise. This continuous processing is a testament to the evolutionary importance of vigilance and adaptation. Touch, perhaps the most intimate sense, links you directly to the physical world. Your skin contains a rich network of receptors that detect pressure, temperature, vibration, and pain. These sensations are not merely passive. They are critical for survival. Pain alerts you to harm, temperature sensors prevent damage, and pressure receptors allow you to manipulate objects effectively. Early humans relied on touch to navigate complex environments, handle tools, and care for one another. Tonight, as your body lies still, micro-adjustments in posture and tiny sensations of contact with your surroundings are continuously processed, maintaining awareness even in rest. Smell and taste are closely connected senses that have played vital roles in human evolution. They guide the selection of food, detect danger, and even influence social and reproductive behavior. Early humans used smell to detect spoilage, locate edible plants, and avoid toxins. Taste, with its differentiation of sweet, bitter, salty, sour, and umami, provided immediate feedback about the nutritional or hazardous nature of food. These senses are deeply entwined with memory and emotion, allowing humans to form associations that guide decisions. Even now, your subconscious mind continues to interpret faint odors, and your taste memory reinforces learned preferences and warnings, all as part of an ancient adaptive system. Balance, though often overlooked, is another sensory marvel. Your inner ear contains the vestibular system, which detects motion and orientation, allowing you to stand, walk, and move fluidly. This system evolved in early vertebrates to navigate aquatic environments and was repurposed for terrestrial life. Upright posture, bipedal locomotion, and precise coordination are possible because of these delicate structures. Tonight, as your body rests, tiny adjustments are made unconsciously, maintaining equilibrium, ensuring comfort, and preparing your body for the movements that tomorrow will demand. Even the integration of multiple senses is a sophisticated evolutionary achievement. The brain constantly combines information from eyes, ears, skin, nose, and taste buds, creating a unified perception of the world. This integration allows humans to react to complex environments, anticipate danger, and coordinate social interactions. Early humans who could perceive subtle changes in multiple sensory channels were more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on these capabilities. Tonight, as sleep deepens, this integration continues, ensuring that your body and mind remain finely attuned to the world, even in a state of rest. The sensitivity of human senses also supports learning and creativity. Observing patterns, hearing rhythm, touching textures, and tasting diverse flavors all contribute to cognitive development. Ancient humans relied on these abilities to identify edible plants, create tools, and navigate environments. Modern humans use these same capabilities to learn, invent, and express themselves artistically. Tonight, even as your conscious mind rests, your brain is consolidating sensory information, linking past experiences with potential future actions, and maintaining a dynamic record of the world. Moreover, your senses have evolved to support social bonding and communication. Facial expressions, voice tone, and touch convey emotion, intention, and connection. Smell and pheromones, though subtle, influence attraction, trust, and group cohesion. These adaptations enhance cooperation, survival, and the ability to navigate complex social landscapes. As you lie in bed, even in sleep, your body continues to process these cues, maintaining a readiness to respond to social and environmental signals. Temperature regulation is also connected to sensory systems. Your skin detects heat, cold, and humidity, triggering responses like shivering or sweating to maintain homeostasis. Early humans evolved to survive in diverse climates, from arid savannas to cold highlands. These responses are automatic, refined through millennia to ensure survival. Tonight, your body continually monitors temperature, adjusting circulation, sweat, and posture to maintain comfort and physiological balance. Finally, consider how evolution shaped redundancy and resilience in sensory systems. While some sensory capabilities may be limited or deteriorate with age, the body has multiple overlapping systems that preserve function. Vision may be complemented by touch, hearing by spatial awareness, and smell by memory. These redundancies were crucial for survival in unpredictable environments, ensuring that a single failure did not threaten life. Tonight, as you rest, your body quietly relies on these overlapping systems to maintain awareness, balance, and readiness. So, as you sink deeper into sleep, remember that your senses are not just tools. They are living legacies of evolution, finely tuned instruments that connect you to the world. Each sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste you experience carries the echoes of millions of years of adaptation, survival, and ingenuity. Even now, as your body lies still, these systems remain vigilant, processing, adjusting, and integrating information to sustain life, comfort, and connection. Rest fully, and let the remarkable machinery of your senses guide you through the night. Your body and mind, shaped by evolution, are equipped not only to survive, but to experience the richness of the world with depth, sensitivity, and resilience. Each sensation, each microadjustment, each breath is a continuation of a story that began long before humans walked the earth. A story that you carry within you tonight as you dream, breathe, and rest. As you continue to drift deeper into the calm of night, let us explore one of the most astonishing aspects of human evolution: the intricate ways your body communicates with itself. Internal communication is not always visible, yet it orchestrates every heartbeat, every thought, every shift in position. The nervous system, endocrine system, and countless cellular pathways form a network so sophisticated that it rivals the most complex machines humans have ever created. Tonight, as your body lies still, these systems are active. A silent symphony maintaining balance, processing information, and preparing you for the day to come. Your nervous system is at the heart of this communication. Every sensation, movement, and thought travels as electrical and chemical signals along neurons, Some signals are rapid, like reflexes that protect you from harm. Others are slower, carrying nuanced information that shapes your experience of the world. Millions of years of evolution have refined this system. Early vertebrates developed neurons to transmit information efficiently, while later mammals improved precision and speed. Humans, with billions of neurons interconnected in the brain and spinal cord, have achieved a level of complexity that allows not only survival, but creativity, memory, and imagination. Tonight, as you sleep, these networks remain active, reinforcing patterns, consolidating memories, and maintaining bodily coordination. The endocrine system complements the nervous system by sending hormonal signals throughout your body. Hormones regulate growth, metabolism, stress responses, and reproduction. They operate both on immediate timescales and over months or years, ensuring that your body adapts to changing conditions. Cortisol, melatonin, insulin, and growth hormone are just a few examples of molecules evolved to maintain balance and efficiency. As night falls, melatonin levels rise, signaling your body to prepare for restorative sleep, while cortisol drops, reducing stress and allowing relaxation. These hormonal rhythms are echoes of ancient environmental pressures, honed over millions of years to optimize survival and functionality. Even at the cellular level, communication is ongoing. Cells send chemical messages to each other, adjusting growth, repairing damage, and coordinating immune responses. Immune cells patrol the body according to circadian patterns, learning to distinguish harmful pathogens from harmless agents. The lymphatic system moves fluids and filters toxins, maintaining internal equilibrium. These processes, while invisible to you, are essential. They are the result of evolutionary pressures that favored organisms capable of maintaining homeostasis, resisting disease, and repairing damage efficiently. Tonight, every cell in your body participates in this silent conversation, working together to ensure survival. Consider the gut-brain axis, a remarkable evolutionary adaptation. Your digestive system communicates with your brain through neural pathways, hormones, and microbial interactions. The trillions of microbes in your intestines help digest food, produce nutrients, and even influence mood and behavior. Early humans relied on this intricate system to extract maximum energy from limited food sources and to maintain health in unpredictable environments. Tonight, as your body rests, your gut continues its dialogue with your brain, regulating metabolism, supporting immunity, and contributing to the subtle sense of well-being that accompanies restorative sleep. Even your cardiovascular system communicates in sophisticated ways. The heart responds to signals from the brain, adjusting rate and force according to activity, stress, and metabolic needs. Blood vessels dilate or constrict, guided by neural and chemical cues, optimizing blood flow to organs and tissues. These mechanisms, refined over millions of years, allowed early humans to engage in endurance activities, escape predators, and survive harsh conditions. Tonight, as your pulse slows and rhythm stabilizes, your circulatory system continues to respond to internal cues, distributing oxygen and nutrients with precision. Temperature regulation is another form of internal communication. Sensors in your skin, brain, and organs detect changes in temperature and trigger responses such as sweating, shivering, or adjusting blood flow. These mechanisms evolved to allow survival in extreme climates, from scorching savannas to icy highlands. Tonight, your body subtly balances heat production and loss, maintaining a comfortable and stable state for optimal rest. This coordination, though unnoticed, is vital for preserving life and reflects the long evolutionary journey of adaptation. Pain and discomfort are evolutionary signals, a form of internal warning communication. Nerve endings detect injury or potential harm and relay messages to the brain, prompting protective behaviors. Early humans who could respond quickly to pain were more likely to survive, whether avoiding predators, preventing infection, or protecting injured limbs. Even during sleep, minor discomforts trigger subtle adjustments in posture, ensuring protection and ongoing survival. Pain, though unpleasant, is a testament to the body's sophisticated monitoring systems honed over millennia. The integration of sensory input, internal signals, and hormonal messages results in remarkable coordination. Your body maintains balance, responds to subtle changes in the environment, and ensures energy efficiency without conscious thought. Evolution did not create a system that operates in isolation. Every signal, from the microscopic to the macroscopic, is interconnected. Tonight, while your conscious mind rests, this network continues to function seamlessly. A demonstration of biological engineering perfected over millions of years. Memory and learning also rely on internal communication. Neural circuits strengthen or weaken based on experience, creating adaptive responses for future situations. Sleep plays a critical role in consolidating these connections, reinforcing useful patterns and pruning unnecessary ones. Early humans who could remember safe paths, the location of resources, and social alliances had a survival advantage. Tonight, your brain continues this work silently, weaving together experience, memory, and prediction, maintaining a system that allows humans to learn from past events and prepare for the future. Even emotional regulation depends on these networks. Hormones, neural activity, and sensory feedback interact to maintain balance, ensuring that fear, curiosity, joy, and attachment are expressed adaptively. Early humans needed these emotional responses to navigate social groups, avoid danger, and make complex decisions. Tonight, your body continues to calibrate these systems, ensuring that emotions remain balanced even as dreams occasionally stir temporary feelings and scenarios. Ultimately, the human body is a masterclass in communication. Nervous signals, hormonal messages, cellular interactions, and sensory inputs all converge to create a unified, adaptable organism. Each system, shaped over millions of years, interacts seamlessly with the others, maintaining health, coordinating responses, and preparing for future challenges. Tonight, as you lie in quiet darkness, these processes continue their invisible work, ensuring that every part of your body is aligned, balanced, and prepared for life's demands. So, as you drift further into sleep, allow yourself to appreciate this silent symphony. Every heartbeat, every breath, every nerve impulse, every cellular signal is part of a continuous conversation that has evolved over millennia. Your body is not passive, it is a living, communicating network, perfected by evolution to sustain life, adapt to the environment, and experience the world in remarkable ways. Rest within this network, knowing that every system, every rhythm, and every signal is working tirelessly for you tonight, preserving your health, your energy, and your potential for tomorrow. As you sink ever deeper into the quiet of the night, let us focus on one of the most fascinating achievements of evolution: the adaptability of the human body. Every organ, every system, every cell is designed not just to survive, but to adjust to ever-changing circumstances. This adaptability has allowed humans to inhabit deserts, mountains, forests, and polar regions, thriving in conditions that would challenge almost any other species. Tonight, as your body rests, these adaptive processes continue in subtle ways, preparing you for challenges you may never consciously perceive, yet equipping you to navigate life with resilience and balance. Consider your muscles, which are far more flexible and responsive than they may seem. Muscle fibers adapt to the type of activity you perform, strengthening or relaxing according to the demands placed on them. Early humans relied on this ability to hunt, climb, and carry loads over long distances. Those with muscles capable of responding efficiently to environmental stressors were more likely to survive and reproduce. Even now, tonight, your muscles are adjusting at a micro level, repairing minor damage from daily activity, optimizing strength, and conserving energy. Each subtle twitch or shift in tone is a reflection of evolutionary ingenuity. a silent preparation for tomorrow's movements. Your bones, too, demonstrate remarkable adaptability. They remodel themselves based on stress and pressure, becoming stronger where needed and lighter where possible. This capacity allowed early humans to develop a skeletal framework that could endure long-distance walking, running, and climbing. It also helped protect against fractures and supported rapid growth during youth. Tonight, even as you lie still, your skeletal system is subtly maintaining strength and balance, ensuring that your body remains resilient against future challenges. Evolution has given you a frame that is not rigid, but responsive, capable of shaping itself according to the demands of life. The circulatory system exemplifies another form of adaptability. Blood vessels expand and contract, the heart adjusts its output, and oxygen delivery is optimized according to need. Early humans needed these adjustments to manage physical exertion, environmental temperature, and fluctuating resources. Tonight, your cardiovascular system continues to adapt, maintaining balance between rest and readiness, ensuring that energy is delivered efficiently to tissues and organs, preparing your body for tomorrow's activities without conscious effort. Even the respiratory system reflects this adaptability. Your lungs and airways respond to oxygen demands, carbon dioxide levels, and environmental conditions. Early humans navigating forests, mountains, or open plains needed efficient gas exchange for endurance and survival. Tonight, your breathing adjusts imperceptibly, maintaining optimal oxygen and carbon dioxide balance even as your conscious mind fades. Each breath is an adaptive measure honed over countless generations, ensuring that your body functions efficiently in any situation. The digestive system, too, is a marvel of evolutionary flexibility. Early humans faced unpredictable food availability and quality, requiring a system capable of extracting maximum nutrients from diverse sources. Your gut has evolved to process a wide variety of foods, regulate absorption, and maintain a symbiotic relationship with beneficial microbes. Tonight, even in sleep, digestion continues at a slower pace, balancing nutrient absorption, energy storage, and repair. Every enzymatic reaction, every microbial interaction, reflects an evolutionary history of adaptation and optimization. Your immune system is another prime example. It constantly learns and adapts, distinguishing between harmful invaders and harmless substances. Early humans relied on this flexibility to survive in environments teeming with pathogens. Tonight, your immune system remains vigilant, repairing tissue, neutralizing potential threats, and learning from previous exposures. Its capacity to adapt ensures that even while you rest, your body is defending itself in ways that would have seemed miraculous to your ancestors. Temperature regulation demonstrates a similarly elegant adaptability. Humans can survive in hot deserts, freezing tundras, and humid rainforests, all thanks to intricate mechanisms for maintaining thermal balance. Sweating, shivering, adjusting blood flow, and behavioral adaptations like seeking shade or warmth are all part of this system. Tonight, your body quietly monitors internal and external temperatures, maintaining comfort and balance while conserving energy for essential functions. Evolution has created not just a static body, but one capable of responding dynamically to the world around it. Your nervous system exhibits adaptive plasticity, reshaping connections in response to experience. Neural circuits strengthen or weaken depending on use, allowing learning, memory, and skill development. Early humans who could adapt their thinking to new environments, dangers, and social complexities were more likely to thrive. Tonight, as you rest, your brain reinforces patterns, prunes unnecessary pathways, and consolidates knowledge. Sleep itself is an adaptive state, one in which the brain optimizes itself for both survival and performance in the coming day. Even your sensory systems display profound adaptability. Eyes adjust to varying light levels, ears perceive a wide range of frequencies, and taste and smell calibrate based on environment and experience. Early humans depended on this flexibility to detect predators, locate resources, and navigate social interactions. Tonight, your senses remain subtly engaged, calibrating and fine-tuning their sensitivity in preparation for the world you will encounter tomorrow. Emotional adaptability is equally remarkable. Humans evolved to respond to changing social and environmental contexts with flexible emotions, balancing fear, joy, curiosity, and attachment. These responses enabled survival, social cohesion, and problem-solving. Tonight, even in sleep, your emotional circuits continue to adjust, processing experiences and dreams, reinforcing adaptive responses that guide future behavior. Ultimately, the story of human evolution is a story of adaptability. Every organ, every system, and every cell has evolved not merely to survive in a single condition, but to respond dynamically to change. The human body is not a static structure. It is a living, responsive organism, capable of fine-tuning itself in real time. Tonight, as you sink further into sleep, consider the incredible network of adaptations within you. Each breath, each pulse, each subtle adjustment is a continuation of millions of years of evolution, a testament to the resilience and ingenuity that defines the human species. As you rest, allow yourself to feel the quiet strength of your body, its responsiveness, its capacity to adjust and maintain balance. This adaptability is your inheritance, a gift from countless generations that survived against the odds, navigating environments far more hostile than any you encounter today. Let this understanding lull you into a deeper sleep, knowing that your body, shaped by evolution, is constantly working for you, refining itself, adapting silently, and preparing you for the challenges of tomorrow. As you continue to drift deeper into the calm embrace of sleep, let us reflect on one of the most extraordinary features of human evolution: the integration of mind and body. Every thought, movement, and emotion is the product of countless interactions between neurons, hormones, muscles, and organs. This integration allows humans not just to survive, but to flourish, to imagine, create, and experience the world in a way that is unique among living beings. Tonight, as you lie still, your body and mind continue this seamless conversation, orchestrating processes both simple and complex, sustaining life while preparing you for the future. Consider the brain's remarkable capacity to synchronize with the body. Neural circuits in the brain communicate continuously with the spinal cord, muscles, and organs, coordinating movement and maintaining posture even as you lie motionless. Early humans relied on this integration to hunt, climb, carry loads, and navigate unpredictable terrain. Every step, every grasp, every subtle shift in balance was a demonstration of evolutionary refinement. Tonight, these circuits continue their work, regulating muscle tone, breathing patterns, and heart rate, ensuring comfort and safety while you rest. The connection between mind and body extends to emotion and cognition. Emotions are not separate from physiological states. They are deeply intertwined with neural and hormonal systems. Fear accelerates the heartbeat and sharpens attention. Curiosity stimulates exploration and learning, and attachment strengthens social bonds. Early humans relied on these responses to interpret threats, build communities, and adapt to new challenges. Even now, your body and mind continue this interplay, processing experiences from the day, integrating them into memory, and preparing adaptive responses for tomorrow. Sleep itself is a profound example of mind-body integration. During different stages of sleep, your brain orchestrates activity that influences your heart rate, breathing, and muscular relaxation. REM sleep, in particular, engages circuits responsible for memory consolidation, emotional regulation, and even problem-solving. Evolution shaped sleep not as a period of inactivity, but as a vital time when the mind and body collaborate to maintain balance and resilience. Tonight, your dreams are the visible tip of this process. a reflection of the hidden work being carried out across every system in your body. Even your immune system reflects. Integration with the nervous and endocrine systems. Hormones released during sleep modulate immune responses, ensuring repair and defense against pathogens. Neural signals influence inflammation, tissue growth, and cellular activity. Early humans who could synchronize these systems effectively had better chances of survival in unpredictable environments. Tonight, as your body rests, these systems continue to collaborate silently, preserving your health, repairing damage, learning from environmental exposures. Your metabolism is another example of evolutionary sophistication. Energy is managed through a finely tuned network of signals involving hormones, enzymes, and neural circuits. The body stores energy when resources are plentiful and mobilizes it efficiently when needed. This adaptability allowed early humans to survive periods of scarcity and thrive in environments where food availability fluctuated. Tonight, your metabolism continues to operate quietly, balancing energy storage and expenditure, ensuring that every cell receives what it needs while avoiding waste or strain. The respiratory and cardiovascular systems work in synchrony with these processes. Breathing adjusts to oxygen needs, heart rate responds to activity and stress, and blood vessels regulate flow according to tissue demands. This dynamic communication is a result of millions of years of selection, favoring individuals capable of responding precisely to internal and external challenges. Tonight, even as your breathing slows and heart rate stabilizes, these systems remain active, maintaining equilibrium and preparing you for the energy demands of tomorrow. Even learning and memory reflect mind-body collaboration. Neural circuits consolidate information during sleep, strengthening connections related to physical coordination, sensory perception, and cognitive understanding. Muscle memory, for example, is encoded in both the brain and spinal cord, allowing complex movements to become automatic. Early humans who could learn efficiently from experience had significant survival advantages, whether remembering the location of water sources or mastering tool use. Tonight, your brain and body continue this learning process, silently reinforcing skills and knowledge that will serve you in the waking world. Imagination and creativity, two are products of this integration. The same neural networks that govern problem-solving, emotional regulation, and memory interact to generate novel ideas, visualize future scenarios, and create art or stories. Early humans who could imagine new tools, strategies, or social arrangements were better equipped to thrive. Tonight, even in sleep, your mind experiments, combining experiences, memories, and emotions into dream sequences that may inspire creativity upon waking. This capacity is a testament to the profound coordination between mind and body that evolution has refined over millennia. Even pain and discomfort illustrate this integration. Signals from nerve endings trigger physiological and emotional responses, prompting protective actions. Reflexes, hormonal adjustments, and learned behaviors all work together to prevent injury and preserve life. Evolution favored systems capable of rapid, coordinated responses, ensuring that the body and mind acted as a cohesive unit. Tonight, your body continues to respond subtly to minor discomforts, adjusting posture, muscle tension, and internal processes to maintain safety and comfort. Finally, consider how evolution has prepared humans for future adaptation through this mind-body integration. Every system is not only capable of responding to immediate challenges, but also of learning, adjusting, and evolving over a lifetime. Neuroplasticity, hormonal feedback loops, cellular repair, and immune adaptation all contribute to a body that is resilient, flexible, and prepared for the unexpected. Tonight, as you rest, these systems work together quietly, preparing you for the challenges, experiences, and opportunities that await tomorrow. So, as you sink even deeper into sleep, let yourself feel the harmony of mind and body. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought, And every movement, the tiniest adjustments you are unaware of, is part of an incredible network honed by millions of years of evolution. This integration is your inheritance, a living, breathing proof of resilience, intelligence, and adaptability. Rest within it, knowing that every part of you is working in concert, preserving life, refining skill, and preparing you for a new day. Sleep fully, and let this awareness of evolutionary perfection lull you further into rest. Your mind and body, intricately connected and endlessly adaptive, are equipped not just to survive, but to experience, create, and thrive. Tonight, they continue their work quietly, invisibly and flawlessly, a living testament to the power and elegance of evolution itself. As you drift deeper into the comforting darkness of night, it is time to pause and reflect on the incredible journey that brought your body and mind to this moment. From the earliest beginnings of life on Earth to the humans who walked across ancient landscapes, evolution has sculpted every facet of your being. Each heartbeat, every breath, every sensation is the product of millions of years of adaptation, trial, and triumph. Tonight, as you rest, it is worth appreciating the astonishing complexity and resilience that reside within you, quietly sustaining life while preparing you for all that lies ahead. Think of your body as a masterpiece in perpetual motion. Even as you lie still, countless processes are active. Your cells communicate and repair. Your brain consolidates memories. Your muscles maintain subtle tension, and your immune system patrols silently. Every system works in harmony, the product of evolutionary pressures that favored survival, efficiency, and adaptability. This silent orchestration is not random. It is a deliberate, intricate network designed over millennia to allow humans to thrive in an unpredictable world. Your senses, too, remain quietly vigilant. They are the eyes, ears, and touch points connecting you to the environment, even as your conscious mind rests. Vision adjusts to darkness, hearing filters important sounds, and your skin senses subtle pressure and temperature changes. Smell and taste continue to shape your subconscious understanding of the world, linking past experiences to present conditions. These evolved capacities allow you to navigate life with awareness and sensitivity. And tonight, they continue to function seamlessly, keeping you in harmony with your surroundings. Consider the elegance of your nervous system, a complex network of neurons sending messages at incredible speed. Reflexes protect you from harm, while slower signals convey subtle information that shapes your thoughts, emotions, and movements. This intricate system evolved over millions of years to optimize survival, learning, and social interaction. As you sleep, your neurons continue to fire in coordinated patterns, consolidating knowledge, reinforcing skills, and preparing your mind for future challenges. The very act of sleeping itself is an evolutionary gift, a time when your body and brain synchronize to repair, restore, and refine. Hormones play their own vital role, guiding growth, metabolism, stress response, and sleep cycles. Melatonin signals that it is time for rest. Cortisol tapers to reduce stress, and growth hormone supports cellular repair. These chemical messengers, honed over countless generations, ensure that your body adapts to both immediate and long-term needs. Tonight, they orchestrate a symphony of restoration, guiding you gently through each stage of sleep, ensuring that your body and mind are renewed by morning. Every organ demonstrates evolutionary wisdom. Your heart beats steadily, adjusting output based on subtle cues. Your lungs exchange gases with precision. Your kidneys filter toxins and maintain chemical balance. Even your digestive system operates in quiet coordination, breaking down nutrients, interacting with gut microbes, and supporting overall health. Each organ is not isolated, but communicates with the others, forming an integrated system capable of remarkable adaptability. Millions of years of selective pressure refined this network to perfection, producing a body that can survive, thrive, and experience life in all its complexity. The adaptability of your body extends to its responses to challenges, both known and unknown. Muscles strengthen or relax according to use, bones remodel themselves to support strain, and your immune system learns from environmental exposure. These processes are the result of evolution favoring flexibility, resilience, and intelligence. Even during rest, your body prepares for future events, repairing microdamage, optimizing energy, and fine-tuning systems to respond effectively to the world you will encounter. Your mind, too, is a product of adaptation. Sleep consolidates memories, refines learning, and allows for creative problem-solving. Dreams weave together experiences, emotions, and knowledge, rehearsing responses to challenges in a safe, virtual space. Early humans likely relied on such processes to rehearse strategies, anticipate dangers, and strengthen social bonds. Tonight, as you rest, your mind continues this rehearsal, merging past and potential future experiences into a coherent internal model that supports survival, creativity, and emotional well-being. Even your emotions are a testament to evolution's design. Fear, curiosity, joy, and attachment are not random. They are adaptive responses that guided early humans in complex environments. Emotional regulation allows for balanced social interactions, problem-solving, and self-preservation. Tonight, as your body rests, emotional processing continues, maintaining harmony and readiness for the world upon waking. Dreams may stir temporary feelings, but these are part of a sophisticated system that evolved to refine and prepare your mind for life. Consider also the resilience embedded in your biology. Redundant systems, overlapping sensory abilities, and integrated communication ensure that a single failure rarely threatens survival. Evolution favored organisms that could withstand injury, illness, or environmental change, creating bodies capable of adaptation and recovery. Tonight, as you sleep, these redundancies work silently, safeguarding health, maintaining balance, and ensuring that your body can continue to function in any situation as you rest. It is worth imagining the future possibilities for humans. Evolution is ongoing. Just as your ancestors adapted to survive and thrive, humans today are still subject to forces of change. Our bodies, minds, and even our social structures may continue to evolve in ways we cannot yet fully predict. Perhaps future humans will have even greater sensory acuity, enhanced cognitive abilities, or new forms of adaptation to environmental challenges. The story of evolution is not static. It is a continuous journey, and you are part of it. Finally, as this journey of reflection draws to a close, allow yourself to sink fully into rest. Appreciate the incredible machinery that is your body, the intelligence that is your mind, and the resilience that has allowed humans to survive and thrive. Every system, every signal, every sensation is a result of millions of years of evolutionary refinement. Your heartbeat, your breath, the gentle rhythm of sleep hall are reminders of the sophistication and beauty within you. Tonight, let go of conscious thought. Trust in the silent work of your body, the ongoing dialogue of cells, organs, and neural networks. Let your senses remain attuned in gentle vigilance. Let your emotions and mind integrate experiences, and allow your body to repair, restore, and prepare for tomorrow. Sleep deeply, knowing that evolution has equipped you with remarkable capabilities, and that even in rest, your body and mind are alive, adaptive, and endlessly remarkable. Rest now fully immersed in the comfort of your evolutionary inheritance. You are the culmination of countless generations of adaptation, a living testimony to the intelligence, resilience, and creativity of life itself. Let this understanding carry you gently into dreams, restoring, renewing, and preparing you to wake tomorrow, alive and whole, ready to continue the journey of human experience. As you lie in the quiet of the night, sinking ever deeper into rest, let us turn our attention to one of the most extraordinary aspects of human evolution, the capacity for foresight and anticipation. Your body and mind are not only shaped to respond to immediate challenges, but also to predict and prepare for what may come. Millions of years of evolution have fine-tuned your senses, neural circuits, and physiological systems to gather information, learn from experience, and anticipate potential dangers or opportunities. Tonight, as your conscious mind drifts, your body continues this remarkable work, silently preparing you for the world you will face when you awaken. The brain is at the center of this predictive system. Neural networks constantly process sensory information, past experiences, and subtle environmental cues to create expectations about the future. Early humans relied heavily on this capacity to survive, predicting the movements of prey, understanding seasonal patterns, or sensing approaching predators were all matters of life and death. These abilities favored those whose brains could integrate complex data efficiently, reinforcing neural pathways that enhanced anticipation, planning, and problem-solving. Tonight, your brain continues this process in sleep, consolidating memories and simulating scenarios to sharpen your foresight. The senses are equally crucial in this anticipatory system. Eyes, ears, skin, and even the internal senses of balance and spatial orientation constantly feed information to your brain. Early humans who could detect subtle movements, changes in sound, or variations in terrain had an advantage, whether hunting, gathering, or navigating unfamiliar landscapes. Even in rest, your senses remain subtly engaged. Your eyes adjust to dim light, your ears filter ambient sounds, and your skin senses temperature and pressure. These ongoing sensory inputs are quietly informing your brain, reinforcing your ability to predict and respond. Your soles and skeletal system also participate in this anticipatory network. Muscle memory allows rapid, coordinated movements without conscious thought. Bones remodeled to meet physical demands, providing strength where needed. Early humans relied on these adaptive capabilities to respond quickly to sudden challenges, whether climbing, running, or wielding tools. Tonight, as you rest, your musculoskeletal system continues to adapt at a microscopic level, repairing fibers, fine-tuning strength, and maintaining readiness for action. Hormonal systems complement these processes, signaling the body to prepare for potential challenges or recovery. Cortisol modulates stress response, while adrenaline can prime muscles for rapid action. Growth hormone and melatonin regulate, repair, and restorative processes. These chemical signals are part of a sophisticated dialogue between body and mind, ensuring that both are prepared to anticipate and respond. Even during sleep, this system is active, supporting resilience, learning, and physical readiness. The immune system, too, anticipates potential threats. It constantly monitors the body for pathogens, repairs tissue, and learns from previous exposures. Early humans benefited from a system capable of predicting infection risk and responding proactively. Tonight, your immune system continues this vigilant work, strengthening defenses and maintaining balance. Even as you rest deeply, your metabolism and energy systems reflect the same foresight. Energy is stored, mobilized, and utilized based on past activity and anticipated needs. Early humans experienced fluctuations in food availability, requiring metabolic flexibility. Your body has evolved to store energy efficiently, mobilize reserves when needed, and maintain homeostasis under varying conditions. Tonight, these processes operate quietly, ensuring that each cell receives energy while conserving resources for the challenges of tomorrow. Sleep itself is a rehearsal for foresight. Dreams simulate scenarios, replay past experiences, and explore hypothetical outcomes. This is not mere entertainment. It is evolution's training ground for anticipation and problem-solving. Early humans who could rehearse actions in dreams were better equipped to face dangers or exploit opportunities in waking life. Tonight, your dreams are weaving together memory, creativity, and foresight, preparing you mentally and emotionally for the world that awaits. Even emotions play a role in anticipating outcomes. Fear sharpens attention to potential threats. Curiosity drives exploration and learning, and attachment encourages social cohesion. These responses are deeply integrated with neural and hormonal systems, ensuring that humans could navigate complex environments and social networks. Tonight, as your mind rests, emotional processing continues, reinforcing adaptive responses that will guide your decisions and actions upon waking. Social intelligence is another layer of anticipation shaped by evolution. Humans have always relied on the ability to predict others' behavior, understand intentions, and communicate effectively. Early humans who could navigate social hierarchies, cooperate in groups, and negotiate conflicts had greater survival and reproductive success. Even while asleep, your brain consolidates social memories, rehearses interactions, and refines the mental models that allow you to anticipate the actions of others. Consider the integrated coordination across all systems. Predictive processing is not limited to the brain. It involves muscles, hormones, senses, and even cellular networks. Every system contributes to an anticipatory capacity, allowing humans to plan, react, and adapt in a coordinated manner. This is why, despite challenges and uncertainty, humans have thrived across diverse and hostile environments. Tonight, your entire body participates in this silent, sophisticated preparation, aligning past experiences, current conditions, and potential futures. Even subtle adjustments during sleep reflect this foresight. Micro-movements prevent pressure damage. Shifts in breathing optimize oxygen and carbon dioxide balance, and neural circuits recalibrate based on daily experience. These adjustments are tiny, often imperceptible, yet they demonstrate a deep evolutionary wisdom that preparation and adaptation occur continuously. Without conscious effort, the capacity for imagination, creativity, and planning is the pinnacle of this anticipatory system. Humans can envision possibilities, innovate solutions, and create complex strategies. This ability emerged through evolution as a critical survival advantage, allowing early humans to invent tools, plan hunts, and develop social structures. Tonight, your mind continues to exercise this capacity, blending memory, emotion, and cognition in dreams that rehearse, explore, and prepare. Ultimately, the story of human evolution is inseparable from this capacity for foresight. Every system, brain, muscles, senses, hormones, immune defenses works in coordination to anticipate, prepare, and adapt. Millions of years of selective pressure have honed these abilities, producing organisms capable of extraordinary resilience, creativity, and problem-solving. Tonight, as you lie in darkness, your body and mind continue this work silently, seamlessly, and effectively, ensuring that you awaken ready to meet the world as you drift fully into sleep. Let this understanding settle over you. Appreciate the invisible intelligence within your body, the subtle foresight embedded in every process, and the remarkable capacity for anticipation that evolution has instilled. You are resting not in inactivity, but within a dynamic system that has been honed to predict, prepare, and respond. Trust in this process, allowing your body and mind to work in harmony as they guide you toward health, balance, and readiness for tomorrow. Sleep fully, enveloped by the quiet genius of evolution, knowing that your mind and body are engaged in a silent, ongoing rehearsal for life itself. Every heartbeat, breath, and thought is part of a complex network that prepares you for the challenges and opportunities that await. Tonight, you rest within a legacy of foresight, resilience, and adaptation that has been millions of years in the making. As you drift deeper into the stillness of night, let us explore the remarkable ways evolution has prepared humans to interact with the world around them. Beyond survival and reproduction, Your body and mind are finely tuned to engage with your environment in subtle and sophisticated ways. Every sensation, thought, and response is part of a system shaped over millions of years, designed not just to react, but to interpret, anticipate, and adapt. Tonight, as you rest, these systems work quietly, maintaining balance, learning, and preparing you for experiences yet to come. Consider your sensory systems first. Your eyes, even while closed, maintain a level of calibration, adjusting to ambient light and supporting neural circuits responsible for spatial awareness. Early humans depended on the ability to detect subtle changes in the environment, the faint movement of prey in tall grass, the shifting of clouds signaling an approaching storm, or the glimmer of sunlight through dense foliage. These observations required acute sensitivity and rapid integration into decision-making. Tonight, even in the absence of light, your visual system remains engaged at a micro level, fine-tuning itself for future perception. Your ears, too, continue to function as evolutionary sentinels. The intricate architecture of the inner ear allows humans to detect a vast range of frequencies, from the subtle rustle of leaves to distant sounds of predators or prey. This ability, refined over millennia, provided early humans with critical advantages in navigation, communication, and survival. Tonight, the auditory system subtly processes ambient noises, maintaining a subconscious map of your surroundings and ensuring that your brain remains alert to important stimuli even during sleep. Touch is another remarkable sense, one that evolution has refined with extraordinary precision. Your skin, packed with receptors, detects pressure, temperature, vibration, and even subtle shifts in air currents. Early humans relied on touch to gauge surfaces, assess the ripeness of fruits, and sense potential hazards. Even now, as you lie still, your skin is continuously monitoring your environment, providing information that is processed at a subconscious level, keeping your body informed and responsive. Your sense of balance, orchestrated by the vestibular system in the inner ear, allows you to maintain posture, navigate uneven terrain, and coordinate complex movements. Early humans who could maintain equilibrium while climbing, running, or carrying loads had a distinct survival advantage. Tonight, your vestibular system remains quietly active, preserving a sense of orientation and stability even as you rest. Evolution has crafted this system not as a passive structure, but as a dynamic network, constantly adjusting to internal and external stimuli. Taste and smell are often overlooked, but they are deeply connected to survival and adaptation. Early humans used these senses to identify edible foods, detect toxins, and even interpret social and environmental cues. Your olfactory and gustatory systems are closely linked with memory and emotion, allowing scents and flavors to evoke past experiences or warn of danger. Tonight, these systems remain subtly attuned, integrating information at a subconscious level, enhancing your awareness, and contributing to physiological and emotional regulation. Your cognitive systems, shaped by evolution, integrate sensory inputs into complex patterns of understanding. Early humans were not merely reactive. They interpreted signals, anticipated outcomes, and made informed decisions. Neural networks continually processed experience, forming predictive models that guided behavior. Even in sleep, these cognitive processes remain active. Your brain consolidates memories, simulates potential scenarios, and rehearses responses, creating a mental blueprint that supports survival, creativity, and problem-solving in the waking world. Emotional intelligence is another layer of evolutionary sophistication. Humans evolved to navigate complex social structures, requiring empathy, cooperation, and conflict resolution. Emotions are deeply intertwined with physiological responses, shaping behavior and guiding interactions. Tonight, your emotional circuits continue to process the day's experiences, integrating social feedback, consolidating memories of interactions, and preparing adaptive responses for the future. dreams often act as simulations, allowing emotional rehearsal and insight that strengthens social and personal understanding. Consider the integration of all these systems. The body and mind function as a unified network, each system contributing to perception, adaptation, and resilience. Your sensory, cognitive, emotional, and motor systems are not isolated. They continuously communicate, forming a dynamic, responsive whole. Evolution favored organisms capable of this integration, allowing humans to thrive in complex and variable environments. Tonight, as you sleep, this network remains active, maintaining balance, refining skills, and preparing you to meet the world with awareness and adaptability, even at the cellular level. Evolution has designed mechanisms for responsiveness. Cells communicate through chemical and electrical signals, coordinating repair, growth, and energy distribution. Immune cells patrol for pathogens. Neurons strengthen or prune connections, and muscle fibers repair microdamage. This cellular intelligence reflects millions of years of evolutionary pressure, ensuring that every part of your body functions optimally and in harmony with the whole system. Your cardiovascular and respiratory systems also illustrate this integration. Heart rate and blood flow adjust to subtle physiological cues, delivering oxygen and nutrients efficiently, even during rest. Breathing patterns modulate to maintain balance between oxygen intake and carbon dioxide removal. Early humans relied on these adaptive capacities for endurance, hunting, and survival in diverse environments. Tonight, these systems continue to adjust imperceptibly, ensuring your body remains in a state of optimal readiness. Metabolism, too, reflects evolutionary design. Energy is stored, mobilized, and allocated according to need, supporting everything from cellular repair to neural activity. Early humans faced unpredictable food availability, and those whose metabolism was adaptable had higher survival chances. Even now, your metabolic systems work continuously, converting nutrients into energy, balancing reserves, and sustaining the processes that allow your body to rest while remaining prepared for action. Finally, as you sink further into the depths of sleep, let yourself appreciate the seamless coordination within your body. Every organ, every neural circuit, every hormone, and every cell is part of a larger evolutionary story of adaptation, resilience, and foresight. Your body and mind are not static. They are dynamic, intelligent systems, constantly learning, adjusting, and preparing for the future. Tonight, as you rest, allow yourself to be enveloped by the quiet brilliance of evolution. Feel the rhythm of your heart, the rise and fall of your chest, the subtle movements and adjustments that keep you safe, balanced, and healthy. Your senses, your emotions, and your cognition are all engaged in a silent dance, honed over millions of years to ensure survival, learning, and adaptation. Sleep deeply, trusting the intelligence within you. Every process is working in harmony, maintaining your well-being, integrating experience, and preparing you for tomorrow. You are not merely resting. You are participating in a living, evolving system, a culmination of evolutionary triumph and complexity. As you drift further, know that your body and mind are alive with potential, endlessly adaptive, and exquisitely prepared to meet the challenges and wonders of life. Rest fully, and let the quiet genius of evolution guide you into a deep, restorative sleep. You are the product of countless generations, every system within you honed for survival, adaptation, and growth. Tonight, as you lie in darkness, feel the harmony of your body and mind, the culmination of millions of years of evolution, and the promise of all that tomorrow may bring. As the night deepens and you settle fully into rest, it is time to reflect on the incredible journey of the human body and mind. A journey shaped by millions of years of evolution. From the earliest cells to the complex networks within your brain, heart, muscles, and senses, every part of you has been refined by natural selection to survive, adapt, and thrive. Tonight, as you drift further into sleep, let yourself marvel at the sophistication, resilience, and elegance of your evolutionary inheritance. Every heartbeat, every breath, every subtle movement is a testament to this long process. Your body functions as a seamless, interconnected system. The brain communicating with muscles, hormones influencing cells, senses interpreting the environment, and emotions guiding responses. Each of these systems has evolved to work in harmony, creating a living network that maintains life, ensures survival, and allows for experience, learning, and creativity. As you rest tonight, all of these systems continue their work silently, perfectly, and without conscious effort. Think of your brain, constantly active even in sleep. Neural networks consolidate memories, integrate experiences, and simulate future scenarios. Dreams, far from being meaningless, act as rehearsals for challenges, explorations of emotion, and exercises in problem-solving. Early humans relied on this capability to navigate complex social environments, anticipate danger, and plan survival strategies. Tonight, your brain continues this work, weaving past and potential future into the rich tapestry of your subconscious mind. Your senses remain subtly engaged, even as you rest. Eyes adjust to darkness, ears filter ambient sounds, skin detects pressure and temperature, and even the internal senses of balance and orientation maintain vigilance. Evolution designed these systems not only to detect the present, but also to anticipate the future, preparing you for challenges and opportunities. Your mind integrates these inputs continuously, forming a coherent understanding of your world. Even when you are asleep, hormones guide your body with precision, signaling repair, energy allocation, and rest. Melatonin ensures a deep, restorative sleep. Growth hormone supports tissue repair, and cortisol helps manage stress and prepares you for waking. These chemical signals are part of an intricate network, ensuring that every organ, muscle, and cell operates in sync. Evolution has refined this system to perfection, enabling your body to heal, adapt, and optimize performance while you rest. Your cardiovascular and respiratory systems operate with quiet sophistication. The heart maintains steady rhythm, adjusting blood flow to meet subtle needs. Lungs exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide efficiently, supporting every cell and neural circuit. These systems, shaped by millions of years of adaptation, ensure that energy is delivered where needed and that balance is maintained even during sleep. Your body rests, yet every heartbeat and breath reflects a profound intelligence at work. Your immune system, too, continues its vigilant watch. It repairs tissue, strengthens defenses, and learns from past exposures. Early humans benefited from a system that could anticipate infection and respond proactively. Tonight, your immune system silently protects and maintains balance, reinforcing the evolutionary design that allows humans to thrive despite environmental challenges, even at the cellular level. Evolution has shaped remarkable processes. Cells communicate, repair, and adapt, coordinating energy use and contributing to overall resilience. Neurons strengthen connections, muscle fibers recover from microdamage, and internal organs maintain homeostasis. This cellular intelligence underpins the seamless integration of every system in your body. Millions of years of selective pressure have created a body capable of remarkable adaptability and endurance. And tonight, all of this continues quietly. Metabolism operates as a fine-tuned system, balancing energy storage and expenditure. Early humans faced unpredictable food availability, requiring flexible metabolic responses. Your body now converts nutrients into energy efficiently, supporting repair, neural function, and cellular maintenance. Even in sleep, metabolism prepares you for the demands of tomorrow, ensuring that your body remains ready for activity, creativity, and thought. emotions shaped by evolution, continue to play a critical role even in rest. They guide social interactions, motivate exploration, and refine learning. Fear, curiosity, joy, and attachment are intertwined with physiological processes, providing subtle feedback that enhances adaptation and survival. Tonight, emotional processing continues in your dreams, integrating experiences and preparing your mind for tomorrow's challenges. Your mind and body are capable of foresight and adaptation beyond what early humans could have imagined. Neuroplasticity, hormonal signaling, and cellular repair allow for continuous growth, learning, and anticipation. Evolution has equipped humans with the ability to plan, innovate, and respond to unexpected changes. As you sleep tonight, all these systems, hormonal, sensory, immune, and muscular, working together to maintain balance. Prepare for the future and optimize your well-being now. As the video draws to its conclusion, allow yourself to feel the quiet genius of evolution. Every process in your body and mind has been refined over millions of years to support life, learning, and adaptability. Your heartbeat, breathing, muscle tone, neural activity, and dreams all reflect an elegant, interconnected system that has been honed to perfection. You are resting within a living, evolving masterpiece, the product of countless generations of adaptation and resilience as you continue to drift into sleep. Take comfort in the fact that your body and mind are actively engaged in maintaining your health and preparing for tomorrow. Every subtle adjustment, every cellular repair, every neural firing pattern is part of a larger evolutionary narrative story of survival, creativity, and foresight. You are not simply resting. You are participating in a continuous, living process that has been millions of years in the making. Allow yourself to fully surrender to rest. Let the rhythm of your heartbeat, the flow of your breath, and the quiet activity of your body guide you deeper into relaxation. Feel the harmony of mind and body, the culmination of evolutionary intelligence, and the ongoing work that ensures you are ready for the challenges and wonders of life. Tonight, sleep fully, knowing that your body and mind are alive with potential, endlessly adaptive, and perfectly designed to navigate a complex world. You are the culmination of evolution's brilliance, resting within systems that are silent, intelligent, and remarkably resilient. Let this understanding carry you into deep, restorative sleep, renewed and prepared to awaken, refreshed and whole. Rest now, completely and peacefully, enveloped by the quiet genius that is you. You are a living testament to evolution's power, a system refined over millions of years to survive, adapt, and thrive. Sleep deeply, knowing that tonight your body and mind continue their work silently, perfectly, and in harmony. Good night, and may your dreams carry you through the incredible legacy of human evolution, preparing you for another day in this extraordinary world.